Hey everyone, welcome to the Soul Song. Namaste, my name is Nina. This is a pick a card reading about any blockages that you're facing in your love life, okay? And we'll basically get an idea about what is blocking your love life as well as any advice from Spirit on how to unblock your love life or to remove these blockages, okay? So the idea here is that it's an open reading, whether you're single or in a relationship. You could have some blockages right now that may be affecting your love life, okay? So we have three options before us. You can choose one or more, okay, depending on what is calling out to you. So choose on the basis of your intuition. We have option number 1, 2, and 3, and we have 3 different types of pandas here. Just to give you an idea about which pile to choose. Okay, so if you've chosen, well and great. If not, you can pause the video here and I'll move ahead with the reading with group number 1. Okay. So for those of you who've chosen this little white and black chef panda, let's see. The first few cards are going to give us an idea about what exactly is blocking your love life. And these are the solutions or what you can do about it, which we'll take a look at after this, okay? Alright, so we have the 9 of Wands, the Tower, and Book. We get Promise and Go the Distance, okay? What I'm feeling here is that something has come to light, okay? It's almost like whoever was keeping this information or this news has tried their level best for it to not be revealed, okay? Someone in this relationship has been keeping secrets, or they've been hiding away an aspect of either themselves or the relationship and how it impacts the other person. This in turn has affected the relationship and caused this blockage, okay? Somebody is not fully living up to their promise, okay? The promises, they might have overstepped their boundaries, I'm hearing, or they might have basically they've bitten more than they can chew, okay? That is what I'm hearing. For others of you, for those of you who are single, there's this, I feel like there's a lot going on within you that you're trying to protect in a way, okay? But there's you might come across as someone who is not really interested in relationships, and you've built your walls about you, and you've created this whole fortress for yourself where you might be isolating yourself, okay, like the Tower. But I feel like that is changing, okay? It's with the book here, I feel like you've kept a lot to yourself, and even perhaps come across as someone who's really happy to be single and they don't really want anyone in their lives, someone who doesn't believe in romance or in relationships, who is basically afraid of going the distance, okay, of meeting somebody, making that effort to really get to know somebody at a deeper level and to build a relationship, a bond with them. But that is not true, and that is changing. I feel like there's this whole inner world of yours that's just bursting at its seams. It's waiting for this release, okay? It wants to come out, it wants to show itself. And you might even have some, for some of you, this might be like some sort of resentment or anger towards somebody, which is keeping you from really opening up to someone, okay? Even though you really want to. And there's a lot, like I said, that you're keeping to yourself. This might be because of your past relationships, which have sort of forced you to close down, to not really reveal your true self, which includes your intense desire, I could say, to even meet someone and to have someone in your life, okay? It's almost like you're tired of fighting your own your own resistance towards I feel like you're resisting both. You're resisting the idea of being in a relationship, and you're also resisting opening up to someone. That's what I'm feeling here. There's a lot of resistance, okay? And for some of you, this also has to do with you wanting to really get to cross the mark with somebody really soon, to sort of speed up the process of really getting to know somebody. It's almost like when you meet someone, you start to get to know them, and then there's this whole burst of energy suddenly, and you really want it to, turn into a committed relationship really quickly, and maybe even like you want to make a sprint for it, okay, for the finish line, in a way, if you know what I mean. So that is also coming back to the blockage. I feel like that has something to do with your approach, your you may have had a lot of resistance in the past in your relationships, and that's, in a way, it's led you to really speed up and quicken the whole process of getting to know somebody and committing to each other really quickly. So that could be one reason why you're not getting much success in your relationships, okay? For others of you, it's the complete opposite, where you're keeping to yourself so much and you're resisting even that process of moving ahead with somebody and getting to know them, like I said, on a deeper level. And even this has more to do with your resistance towards opening up to someone and letting them in, okay? So you're like a closed book in a way, where you don't want to reveal your true desires, your the very fact that you're watching this reading shows that you actually have the intention or the desire to meet someone and to get to know them. So if you're completely single, I feel like there's a need for you to, that is what is actually causing this blockage, okay? You're afraid to open up to people for some reason, and that's actually suppressing a lot inside you. So it's unhealthy. It's turning into something that's going to be released, and eventually it's the bubble is gonna burst, okay? and this tower is going to fall. So that's what I'm getting for you. Now we'll start with what is the advice, what you can do about it. Okay. I don't know if I've said this, but I'm getting this message that you might be over-promising also in relationships, okay? Either over-promising or where you keep giving and giving and giving and giving and then you get tired, okay? And for others of you, you might be even resistant to completely fulfill the promise of a relationship, okay? That unsaid promise, basically, of being together and being for each other and really going the distance with each other, okay? What can you do? What is the advice? Oh, wow. Okay, so we get some really nice cards here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Tribe. Man holding a coin and Rainbow Blessings. So the message that I'm getting here is, interestingly, we have 2 9s here, and 9s to me actually signify your independence, okay? Being solitary but being happy, but and also about reaching that stage where you're quite comfortable with your own company, okay? Leading your own life, basically. The message that I'm getting for you in terms of what you can do. First of all, some of you might have like self-esteem issues, okay? Whereby you tend to perhaps overpromise because you feel that this person might abandon you, they might stop being with you, and for some reason maybe lose interest in you. I'm seeing this low self-esteem issue, okay, for some of you, and that is also something that you're keeping quite under the wraps. You're keeping it a secret. So the idea here is to be yourself, to be proud, be confident, and first you need to, I know this is going to sound very cliche, but start with loving yourself, start with seeing your own worth, okay? Because somewhere down the line your sense of self-worth has taken a beating. It has led you to feel like you need to keep doing, keep going, keep working, that relationships are hard work, and that you need to put in a lot of work for them to actually turn into something significant. So that thought process is coming from a low sense of self-esteem and self-worth. That is something I feel you really should be working on, okay? Then after that, the next step would be to actually open up and trust people and know that if somebody actually leaves you or abandons you, it's part of your journey. It is their choice, and there's no need for you to really hold on tight to them, or to on the other hand, not trust someone at all because you think that they might just leave you, okay? So there's like a deep rooted wound that you need to heal. The 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior, okay? Someone who keeps going on despite being worn out and wounded, okay? Now, I feel like there may be somebody in your life who is showing you interests, okay? Someone who is interested in you, who is offering you a strong, committed, stable relationship. And that is a blessing in your life that you need to acknowledge. This is someone you can trust, someone you can build, uh, who can be part of your life, your community, your friend circle, your family, okay? This is someone who belongs in your life and in your tribe. For those of you who are completely single, who are not in any relationship, I feel like there is someone on the horizon for you who's going to approach you. The idea here is to again be open, be it's also about being happy with yourself along with somebody. So it's not about relying on someone for your happiness, knowing that you can make yourself happy, but at the same time, be willing to share that happiness with someone who is an equal, who is a partner, and who comes in, who shows you the promise, okay? Basically, who is trustworthy, who's grounded, who's reliable, and loyal in that sense, okay? So again, there's a bit of a need for you to put your guard down a little bit and to open yourself up, because you may be, like I said, a closed book of secrets, okay? Keeping that beautiful, loving, caring, nurturing self all to yourself, okay? So there's a need for you, for that person to step out, and even if it makes you feel a bit vulnerable, know that there are people out there who you can trust, who you can open up to, and who you can allow to step into your life, okay? So that was your reading. I hope this was useful in some way. I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you again in another video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. For those of you who've chosen this little green panda here, let's take a look at your reading. These cards are going to tell us what your blockage is, okay? And we'll take a look at what you can do about it later. Okay, we have the Rider, the Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Synergy and Regeneration. So I'm getting the message that you're someone who's always on the go. I feel like I'm also hearing attention span, okay? Maybe your attention span is a little on the low side. You're someone who is a go-getter, you're ambitious, you're confident, you're so accomplished, and you're always chasing your goals, chasing basically. That is the message that I keep getting, okay? If you are chasing people to come towards you, to like you, to basically be in a relationship with, then that could be something that is actually driving them away. And I feel like there's this constant cycle that you find yourself in, whereby something comes to an end and then you start to develop feelings again for someone, maybe someone else, or for the same person. So there's like this unstable on and off kind of relationship with yourself or with somebody else. And I'm getting that there's a lack of how do I put this? Like when you want to stitch two things together, you need a common piece. You need a piece of thread. That piece of thread is sort of missing, okay? That is the message that I'm getting for you. And it takes time for you to stitch that together, two pieces, or in this case, what I mean as a metaphor is two people together for you to bond. And that glue, that thread seems to be missing. And that is what keeps you constantly either craving for more or chasing, okay, your happiness, or yeah, your happiness with somebody or with whoever you're seeing, perhaps. So if you stop chasing, you're going to be in a receptive energy whereby you can be in the here and now. You can enjoy all that is on offer at the moment, and things will then completely fall into place. Okay, synergy is about everything just being right at that right time, at everything just weaving together in a very seamless, natural, organic manner. I feel like in relationships, you might be more on the, like, there's usually somebody who is like the initiator and the one who keeps, sort of pouring the fuel into the fire to keep it going. You're that person who is the initiator, who does the chasing perhaps, or who does the, who, what do you say, starts off something, okay? Starts off the conversation or starts off the relationship itself. But what happens is that soon that energy, it fizzles out. So you're always then going in search of something new, or either with the same person, a new experience, or a new person completely. Okay, so you may have had a lot of breakups as well, or breakups and then coming back to the same person. Okay, like on and off, like I said, relationships. Now that it's always nice to have that spark of fire, of intention, of initiation. Okay, you have the element of fire and air here, which are really quick, really, really fast. So you want to just keep going at it without waiting for everything to sort of form organically, okay? Waiting for a relationship to sort of progress and bloom and grow organically on its own. So there's that part of you inside, okay, which is sort of very impatient, always wanting to be with somebody, or maybe to crave company, or to keep going at it, keep doing it, seeking a new experience, seeking excitement all the time. That is actually blocking your love life, okay, from maybe stabilizing into something that you really want, something that you really can have for a long period of time. Now, this could be because of a particular wound that you've had. Maybe you feel that if you don't initiate, or if you let things sort of happen naturally and more organically, you might lose out, you might miss out, that whole FOMO experience. That is what I'm feeling here. But it may not be the case for all of you. But like I said, there's not enough grounding of your energy to sustain a relationship for a long time. Now, this is what you can do about it. Okay. or what is the advice? All right, so we have the High Priestess, we have Wake Up Call, we have the fourth chakra Archangel Raphael, and Exchanging Gifts. Like I said, this whatever's happening right now, okay, either with a particular person, if you are in a relationship, or even if you're single, maybe the kind of responses you're getting or the kind of people that you're meeting, you may not be attracting the right kind of people at the moment. Not somebody who you can actually have, like I said, a long-term relationship with. This is somewhat of a wake-up call for you, okay? Because there's that part of you, that wound, like I spoke about, deep inside your heart, that needs healing, okay? And there's so much green over here, okay, which is the heart chakra, which is also about growth, okay? So the idea here is for you to first completely heal your heart. Healing is a lifetime or lifelong process. I don't believe that there's a destination as far as healing is concerned, but you can heal enough to move forward in life and progress. That, I feel, is what needs to be done here, okay? You do have a lot to offer. If you feel that someone's going to lose interest in you very quickly, that's not true. You have so many gifts to share with the world at large and with someone you may be interested in. So the idea is to see yourself also as this gift, okay? You have a lot to offer and a lot to bring to the table and exchange with that significant person. But there's a need for you to slow down, to quieten your mind, and to follow your heart. The High Priestess is someone who listens to her intuition. That is the energy of water, okay? Listening to your emotions, your intuition, and also this energy of being receptive, not being in a hurry to do anything, and being confident that you're going to manifest what it is that you want, okay? So the advice again for you is to bring more silence, more harmony, more quietness within you, and really listen to your heart and listen to what it is that you really need to take a closer look at within you that needs healing, okay? Because if you keep turning away from that, it's going to come back to haunt you, and then you're going to have a new tower experience every time, okay? So again, I want to remind you that you have so much to offer as a partner, as someone who is a nurturing, kind person in a relationship, okay? You don't have to put up anything. You don't have to put up an act, or you don't have to constantly chase somebody. Realize that you are this gift, okay, for anyone who enters your life, and don't ever forget that you have all of these beautiful traits to offer, to bring to the table, okay? And also look for somebody who reciprocates that to you, okay? To try and wait for someone who is really, really reciprocative, someone who understands your talents and your gifts, and who understands your worth, okay? Where you don't have to chase somebody. You don't have to constantly get their attention. and someone who can last beyond the initial attraction and pull. Okay, so that is of immediate significance is again going within. Okay, being quiet, being silent, and really listening to your heart, because it's trying to say something to you, and healing that wound. Okay, so I wish you all the best. This was your reading, and I'm gonna move on to the third group now. I'll see you again in another video. All the best again. Take care. God bless. Hi, group 3. For those of you who've chosen this golden panda here, let's take a look at your reading. We will first start with what it is that is blocking you, okay, in terms of your love life, and then we'll move on to the suggestions of what you can work on. Okay, so we have cross, Two of Cups, the King of Wands, Mountain, and Soulmates. Some of you could actually be in separation from a soulmate. And you still have very strong feelings for this person. And that's proving to be your biggest block. Okay, Mountain in case of Lenormand is literally a block. Okay, big block, boulder, something that is a big challenge. Okay, and incidentally you have the cross, which is about a burden. Okay, something that is heavy, something that also could have something to do with your karma. And I feel that if you're single right now, there's there's someone that you haven't let go of, someone who you keep thinking about. Could be like a karmic soulmate. Okay, someone who's always been on your mind. You've never been able to get them out of your heart, your mind, and you're still deeply connected to, and that is proving to be a blockage for you. For those of you who are not single, it's just a matter of time, I'm getting, okay? Because you really want that. You want someone who is a soulmate. You want a deeper connection with somebody. You might already know this person. If you do, it could be someone who embodies the traits of the King of Wands. Someone who is maybe a fire sign, who is, what I'm hearing is intimidating, okay? So could be that this person is a little intimidating and maybe a little difficult for you to communicate and have heart-to-heart conversations with this person. But there's definitely a blockage here, even if you are committed to somebody, or if you're in a relationship already with someone. I feel like whoever it is that you're dealing with, this person may be kind of difficult to understand, in the sense that, or maybe this is you, okay? You could be someone who's very difficult to bond with, to understand on a deeper soul level, even though you really want that, okay? I can see that you really want that, but there's this, it's like you've isolated yourself and you've uh, held on to something so tight within yourself, within your heart, that sort of keeps you from opening up to someone else, to trust them, okay, and to really initiate, or to keep that spark alive, basically, okay. And but for most of you, I feel like there's still some lingering feelings that you have for an ex, a karmic soulmate, a person who you've not been able to get out of your system, out of your mind, your heart, your soul. That is why you're not really able to move on and move past that experience and really get to know somebody new. Okay? Let's see what is your solution, or what you can do about this. So we have the Knight of Wands, effortless unfoldment, hostilities, and by the book. Okay. I feel like in the long run, you really want like a family. You want someone to have a reliable, long-term, trustworthy partner, okay? You want someone to have a long-term relationship with. But for some reason, there's this big, deep wound within you, okay? And it's not just a wound, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like you've hardened up in a way, okay, that makes you a bit defensive, that makes you like shut down, okay, whenever you meet somebody new or you begin to get to know them. But you've had, I feel, some really difficult experience that sort of, I'm getting like this, someone who's holding on too tight to perhaps their past, or something that has proved to be a major challenge in their life, okay? And that has sort of made you a bit cold, a bit defensive, and it's like you've closed up, okay? Imagine this lotus flower being all closed up. You won't be able to see its real beauty. It's unless it actually opens up, it blooms. Even if it feels vulnerable to do that, it is able to show all its beautiful layers and unfold itself. Unless that happens, you will not be able to completely appreciate it for who it is. And I feel that there's this kind of a stuck up energy with you, okay, where you might be a little inaccessible to whoever you might come across, and it's almost like you're carrying this heavy burden on your back for some reason, and it's been going on since a really long time. I feel this is not something that's new, and this could have something to do, like I said, with a past relationship that you've had, which sort of turned sour or didn't really go the distance. There was some kind of major challenge in that relationship, okay? And I'm getting that there's a need for you to just open up and have fun. Just go out there and be adventurous, and what I'm hearing is uptight. You may be a little uptight when it comes to relationships, okay? Even though, again, I'm repeating this, you really want it, okay? You really want to have the opportunity to meet somebody that you have that you share interests with, that is very like-minded, someone who is at par with you, someone who respects you, who loves you, who is really friendly as well, okay? Someone who is like a perfect soulmate, you could say. You really want that, but again, like I said, it's almost like you've closed up for some reason and you're refusing to even, and this is how you come across also, okay, to people, I feel. At times you're so distant and cold that you come across almost as being hostile when somebody maybe tries to approach you. So that's something that um, you need to work on, and also kind of break that stereotype, that mold that you've set for yourself, because it's time for you to actually liberate yourself, to set yourself free from your own limitations. It could be that you have set your own limitations, in a way that uh, you think that, okay, no, but first this has to happen, then that has to happen, and then this will happen. So you've got like a set parameter or criterion for how a relationship should be or it should go, okay? And that seems to be like burdening you to a large extent. So the idea here is to be out and about and adventurous and flirt, okay, and open up and be playful. If something is if you have this notion that relationships come with their set of burdens, or that all relationships are challenging and they are meant to teach you some kind of a lesson only, that is your biggest blockage, okay? That is the idea that you need to get rid of, because what happens then is that you're not completely able to trust that this is going to be good for you, and that's not going to help you completely be yourself and be free and be open in a relationship, okay, and open up to someone in a very in a very authentic sense, okay? So that is what is holding you back in a way. I hope that makes sense. This is really interesting. I kind of understand where you're coming from, and we've all been through this process, okay, where we might have like an ideal romance in mind, and that sort of burdens our whole experience of going out and actually meeting different kind of people and really being open and vulnerable, even if we feel that it's something that's not going to last for a long time. So it's a bit of a paradox, okay, where it's hard for us to first trust somebody, but when we do, we also feel vulnerable, and that might lead us to carry that burden of fear and insecurity within us. So I hope I'm making sense, and yeah, this was your reading. I wish you all the very best, and do take care of yourself, okay? If you're seeing someone already, again, be playful, uh, be adventurous, just go out and flirt, and bring back the passion, the spark in your life. Try to do that and really open up to this person. Try not to get defensive every time they perhaps hit that little sensitive spot inside you, okay? So they may be perhaps triggering you in some way. So that is something that you need to resolve within yourself. And we have the number 11 here. If you believe in that kind of stuff, it could be like a twin flame relationship that you have with this person if you're in a relationship, okay? So I wish you the best. Do take care, and I'll see you again in another video. God bless. Bye bye.